Five Nights at Freddy's. That's what I wanna be. We saw FNAF.
We did.
We're not gonna make this video until we saw so much negative criticism online from dumbasses that don't know shit about the lore. And it's just embarrassing. Like, if you don't know about the lore, don't speak.
Damn.
So we felt like it was necessary for us to speak on this movie. We have two varying perspectives on this movie.
That is true.
It's honestly the dichotomy of Gen Z. I'm old ass Gen Z. Like, I'm a cusper, so I have a lot of insight into like classic horror movies. I love 80s movies. I love the Scream franchise. I love Josh Hutcherson. I don't know if that really applies, but I was excited to watch this movie because of that. And then we have the younger Gen Z perspective.
Hi. Just memes.
Staff has watched so many hours of FNAF lore. How many would you estimate? You had to take a guess.
I would rewatch them over for fun. So I think it's like 8 to 20 hours now to watch them like from the beginning.
No, I'm not judging.
She judges me, guys.
I'm not judging.
Okay. You judge my music box. You judge my...
Music Box was one of her top albums.
It was nice.
Top album, number 4?
Relaxing.
I think it was number 4. So you can say we have very differing perspectives, but very, very valid perspectives on this movie.
I can agree with that. I come from the lore, the gameplay, and then Carl is here for the effects.
And
the
Josh
horror.
Hutcherson.
And Josh Hutcherson. You still can't whistle.
Fuck off. Alrighty, so I overall liked this movie. There was a lot of things I didn't like about it, but I also understand that it is a PG-13 rating, so there's only so much that you can do, and I think a lot of critics are being very unfair and kind of forgetting that fact. Like, they can't show someone's head getting squeezed like a melon, but they can have a little cutaway, and that's okay, and a little cheeky line afterward. We have a cat. So yeah, overall, I thought it was fun. What did you think overall?
I actually liked it. I think it has a really bad rating right now still, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 12%.
I've seen worse movies with better reviews, and I don't think it deserved that bad of a review. I think they could have done a lot more, but I can't blame them because, again, it was PG-13.
11% on Rotten Tomatoes. But there's now audience scores, and the audience scores are 88%. Which that speaks for it, because that's my main takeaway with this movie is for the fans. It is 100% for the fans. They took a lot of the critiques from the last movie too that specifically the fans made. They added a lot more lore details. They added a lot more gameplay moments, which was fun. I liked a lot of the gameplay moments. There was one specific one, the mask scene, I thought was way too cheesy. And I feel like in the game itself, people kind of thought it was cheesy too. So I don't know that one, but it was also still kind of fun. Like, I don't know, like it was so goofy that like maybe in a little bit it'll age nicely maybe.
I think my favorite part was when he squeezes the teddy bear Freddy and it just goes or. That was so funny to me. I loved it.
The balloon boy. Hello. I use that sound so much. It's so funny. I loved that. I do think that the scares were a lot better in this one. That was a big thing that the fans asked for, and they did. They delivered.
Dude, the marionette just like crawling everywhere.
Yeah.
Really well done. I actually got scared this one.
The marionette was totally scary, and I liked it a lot.
I liked the more like ghostly vibes, like the more spooky, because what they didn't do in the last one was add scary moments with the children. Yeah, okay, they cried. I think they like had their eyes darkened out in the first one in one of the scenes, but that's it. I would have loved to see more of the hauntings, because obviously Josh was being haunted in his dreams by these kids. Yeah. And so I actually really liked the jump scares in this one.
Yeah, the possessions
were, dude, when the girl was like shaking in the corner, I was like, oh, hell nah. But it was really good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
And the animatronics looked great. I mean, we already knew Jim Henson's company working on the animatronics. They just look fantastic. I do think there was maybe too many. Oh, that's the ghost children. That's the ghost children for sure. 6, 7.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
See, I'm a young hip Gen Z. Look at me. Are you proud of me? Okay, so I do think that there were maybe too many animatronics, like them trying to bring back the originals. But the Withered looks so good. So maybe if they would have just used the Withered, I don't know.
My problem with it was really only the marionette got time on screen. Like, if I'm being completely honest, yeah, we got Toy Bonnie, we got Toy Freddy, but we only got like maybe 1 or 2 lines from them. Toy Chica probably had the most time. My issue was that there were so many animatronics that like none of them could truly shine with how scary they are. In FNAF 2, I think the most scary animatronic is Mangle. And maybe
I wanted to see how long it would take Saf to talk about Mangle.
For reference, Mangle has been my favorite animatronic since the very beginning because it's just a cool concept, like taking apart something, putting it back together. I did wish there was more time with a lot of the other animatronics because really we only got jump scares of them and like little montages of them doing stuff. I liked that there is like gameplay of FNAF 2, but I almost wish there was more murder. Because there were not enough stakes. And
some of the parents should have died. I'm sorry. Like we got the classic kill from the teacher, but you already knew he was gonna die because he was so fucking annoying. Also, it's the Jurassic Park guy. Of course they're gonna kill him off. Like it would not make sense. Yeah. They were like, we have Nedry here, let's kill him. And they did. And it was a very funny kill. That was my favorite one.
No, I'm killing boy.
It was the only one.
No, there was a few other ones. They didn't really get to see them. Yeah, Mangle got a kill. The video camera falls.
Beginning.
Yeah.
But that was the beginning. And like, I will say what I liked about that kill was, okay.
It was Mangle.
One of Mangle's voice lines in the game.
Now I get to play take apart and put back together.
It's really interesting. So I like that she like took the person apart into pieces.
Yeah, that's so really cute. They just want to have friends that look like them.
Yeah. But I almost wish there was a lot more of the animatronics because really we got like the Withered for like 5 minutes?
There should have just been more time in the pizza parlor because they did such a great job with the set. Like it looks incredible, and I wish we got more time in there. We spent so much time at their rundown house that they never painted. It still looked bad on the inside.
Fair. We got so much time
at the science fair.
Yeah, because like I get it. You know, the animatronics. You know, the ghost children. They like kids. But we've already established that, so there's no reason to be in the science fair for that long. Yes, we establish a kill. Why was the science fair so long? We could have just been like, she won the science fair trophy. Scene. I think my biggest critique in the entire movie was the fact that we have almost a blank slate antagonist.
We did not get enough of Charlotte. There should have been way more of Charlotte and Vanessa interacting. We could have had whole flashbacks of them as children, her trying to help her, but really she just had one flashback and she was like, I'm gonna put you to sleep now. 99.
Yeah.
Like if that was my best friend, because they set up that they were best friends. Yeah. If that was my best friend, I would do so much more to try to help her besides just accepting, okay, she's sleeping now. All right, see you in 30 years.
Yeah, what we establish is that Vanessa tried to save Charlotte in a way, like a very vague way where she's like, don't. But then like Charlotte's like, I gotta save this kid, bitch. And so I expected like way more with Vanessa feeling guilty. Like obviously she seems guilty. But if she was being like haunted by Charlotte or like that memory, I just wish there was more flashbacks genuinely. Yeah. Because like the only flashback we get is like, we can put her to sleep by giving her a music box. Why?
We needed way more because something I learned after is apparently, so Skeet Ulrich's character, that's the guy from Scream, the other guy from Scream, he was playing Charlotte's dad, who some people are theorizing is also the second founder.
Oh,
right. And that would actually make sense to have Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich play the two founders.
Interesting.
I feel like that's such an interesting thing because because I guess Charlotte's father is supposed to be the other founders, but they didn't set that up at all.
I'm trying to remember.
So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know enough about that part of the lore to know if that's for real, but that would be really cool.
That would be really cool
to have those two characters play that. But we didn't get any flashbacks about that.
Was it Henry and Michael that were like the animatronic founders?
I don't remember. I don't know his name. I'm gonna call him Ski Ulrich. That's Billy and Stu. What do you mean? I think that's such a cool crossover because something I was thinking about is Scream was like the biggest movie that changed horror. So many horror movies that came after it are inspired by Scream. Like you cannot watch a horror movie and not see something from Scream because it was so legendary.
It was very revolutionary.
It was just so well done. And FNAF is the same for horror games.
Well, yeah.
After FNAF came out, it changed the internet. Exploded. It changed the internet. Like it is so cool to have these two juggernauts of horror.
Oh yeah,
come together in that way.
It was really cool. I liked it.
Like that was fully for the fans, and
I
liked it.
Also, like talking about the father, I really wish we would have gotten more time with the father because it really just felt like, oh yes, I'm here, but that's it. And if the father lost their daughter, I don't think they'd give this random person they just met something so important to their daughter.
Yes. That scene was such a joke. It really was just a setup for Mike to get the music box.
I know it probably doesn't make sense lore-wise or like what the father would do, but honestly, I wish he would like sacrifice himself.
That would have been a much cooler scene. Him show up with the music box, be like, Charlotte, no, listen to me.
And then like
I love
he dies, and then the music box turns on.
Not all parents are bad.
Yeah.
Just me. I was kind of bad, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I almost wish there was a scene like that where he has to like almost talk with Charlotte, or even better, Vanessa talks to Charlotte. Because really, we didn't get a lot of like Vanessa and Charlotte. All we get is parents are bad.
I think that's something that this movie really did. Like, you really have to fill in the blanks yourself.
Yeah.
Which the FNAF games do a lot. That's why there are so many theory videos and why MatPat has a whole fucking career dedicated to picking apart the books, the games, everything.
Yeah.
Because it is all about filling in the blanks. And so people going into this movie with no FNAF lore, they're gonna hate it. They're gonna hate it so much because it really is just, it is showing, it is not telling. There is no, this is not show and tell. This is show and you decide. Pick your own adventure.
Honestly, I don't think they showed enough. Like,
they
if I'm being honest,
they could have showed more.
They could have shown a lot more because, like, we get Circus Baby for 2 seconds without any explanation. There is so much lore behind that, but all we get is a flashback. I'm sure it'll be explored later, but you can't just like show Circus Baby and not slightly explain everything.
Yeah, adding Circus Baby in can mean a lot of things, and that's exciting.
It's exciting,
but they didn't explain it.
But also, like, anyone who saw that would be like, what the fuck is this? Why is this here? Who is this?
Yeah, and sometimes they add stuff in and it just feels like they wanted to have it. They had a checklist of memes and references that they needed to include, and then they wrote a script around it. They were like, oh, we got all of it. We did the memes and we did the thing. Look, that's Circus Baby. We'll explain nothing.
Yeah, and like, again, that is a heavy lore. Like, the more you go into the lore, the more you learn about Circus Baby. And so, like, obviously it confirmed some theories, but no random person is gonna know. I just wanted more from Charlotte. That's literally all I wanted. Because, like, again, she kind of fades into the movie.
She just becomes kind of a generic antagonist, and that's unfortunate because the last movie, I think there was a little bit more heart and soul to the villains because they weren't fully like villainous. But Charlotte, because of the lack of going into the backstory and the relationship between her and Vanessa, it falls a little flat. It does.
I think it's almost unfinished in a way.
Yeah. But that's this movie. This is a setup movie.
Yeah.
This is a number 2 all the way. They were not trying to close anything. They were like, they set up like 3 different sequels at the end. Yeah. They were really like, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this. But what are we gonna do? You'll never know. And
they're keeping with the storyline of FNAF. Next is obviously going to be FNAF 3, which is about Springtrap running around in like the horror haunted house. That's what it's called.
I think that's gonna be really cool. I am actually excited about that.
I really want to see what they do with the nightmare and like the ghosts, like the hallucinations.
Holy shit, yeah.
Also, Balloon Boy's head being ripped off was everything.
Thank God.
I would do the same thing.
If I ever see you, it's on sight.
If I see that kid, I will kick his head off.
Let's talk about some of the characters too. Vanessa was kind of annoying this movie. I want to root for Vanessa so bad, but I don't know. She got to get it together. I did love her in the spin class though. That was truly amazing because that was me when I took a spin class. I thought I was going to die. I felt so sick and they just kept yelling, faster, faster. And there was like really aggressive pop music playing in my head. I'm sweating more than I've ever sweat in my entire life. And I fell off the bike because I couldn't feel my legs. And honestly, if I had a gun, I would have pulled it on someone too. So very valid, Vanessa.
She really said, I got a gun.
And then later on, there's a scene with her and Abby, and she gets scared. I was like, she's gonna pull a fucking gun on Abby.
Wait, back to Abby. The marionette coming out of Chica's body was so fucking cool.
It's so spooky.
It was really cool. I liked that a lot. Oh, the marionette.
Marionette was great.
Marionette was great.
That was horror. That was great horror.
The crawling. We got the classic crawling.
I didn't love the animatronic at first. Like that first scene with the animatronic.
It looked very...
I honestly just didn't love... I feel like the intro scene could have been a little scarier.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did that the best, but the horror gets better as you go through it.
Oh, for sure. My biggest problem with Charlotte's death scene was why is she being carried by the marionette? That is, I hate it.
It could have been cool, but they just did not frame it well. Like,
no.
I don't know. The way it was framed, the way it was lit did not add any spookiness at all. And that was disappointing because it could have been, it reminded me a lot of Night Before Christmas.
Yeah, where he's on the angel.
And just the lighting and the framing of that scene makes it so creepy, but they did not really nail it.
Carl.
Sorry, there was something I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember.
Carl, don't leave me here.
Michael, don't leave me here.
Mangle, my love. What happened to you? Welcome back.
Hi.
I was crying about Mangle.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Rip Mangle. Rip a Mangle apart.
Bro, she's already mangled enough. Leave her alone.
Okay, we can talk. We were talking about characters. Yeah. So Vanessa, you're good. I'm just waiting for you to be great.
Yeah.
Some scene, and honestly, some of the acting sometimes, I don't think it's her. I think it's mostly the lines. A lot of the lines were not written great. Some of the dialogue is pretty bad in this sometimes, and it makes it really difficult for me.
I think Josh Hutcherson and the Scream character are the best actors in that.
Yeah, honestly, like, and the little girl, she's so
Charlotte?
good. No, Abby. Abby's so good. I feel like there's a few times that I feel like it's a little awkward, but she's a kid, so like,
I really like Charlotte's acting.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
Like, I liked it a lot. I wasn't mad about it. Sometimes like the makeup with the marionette felt a little
sometimes
weird
it was a little
to me.
cheese.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate that because I think
it.
it's supposed to be a little cheese because it's like clown makeup at the end of the day, so it can be a little cheese and I can get over it.
If you had a favorite scene, what was it?
I liked when the ghost chasers went into the pizzeria. They made a lot of really fucking dumb decisions.
Yeah.
So many. Like, they were truly the dumbest. Let's split up immediately. Let me just stay in this scary water. Over and over. Just bad decisions. But the pizzeria just looks so cool.
It really does.
I just wanted more in the pizzeria, truly. And I liked them exploring. I liked the little marionettes swimming. That was funny to me.
My favorite scene was the possession at the very beginning of the movie where she breaks the music box.
Yeah.
That introductory scene was really scary and really good.
It was.
And I almost felt disappointed the more we went into the movie because the scares from the marionette were really good.
Mm-hmm.
But the other animatronics felt so short.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mangle The car scene was actually so frustrating to me because it didn't make it like why is she driving like, oh no, I'm gonna
Yeah, and plus like
just drive better. What the fuck?
Also, Mangle is
probably
character. The scariest in my opinion, besides like Nightmare Bonnie, who has like the ripped off face.
Right, yeah.
Like
they could have done so much with Mangle.
Nightmare Bonnie and Mangle are the scariest animatronics in FNAF 2.
All they needed was a dark hallway and some creepy lighting, and they could have made Mangle so scary.
The problem that I had with all of Mangle's scenes are she is consistently in a vent or like in the ceiling and wires. And we just didn't get that from her at all. Mangle is so very cool because it's a mangled mess, you know? And I almost wish like we would have gotten more, maybe Mangle hunting down Josh while he's in the pizzeria stall. Because how did Mangle get out of there? Mangle's got 1 foot. 1 foot and then like half a foot.
No, I'm telling you, she rode Bonnie like a horse.
I know.
And then got thrown onto the car. Bonnie's like, okay.
I just wish Mangle got more time. And Toy Freddy. Nightmare Bonnie.
Yeah.
Those two would have gotten
they're so spooky.
Like way more time because they're scary. They're genuinely scary.
Yeah.
But we didn't really have any stakes because, you know, Josh will live. He has crazy plot armor, you know? And that's why I really wanted.
Do you have a problem with this?
No, I just wanted
you want my mans to die? Just kidding. I do kind of think that someone needs to die. And he, as much as I love Josh so much, but I really don't think his character did a whole lot. He had such a cool arc last movie. In this movie, he's really just, he's making a lot of dumb decisions. He's basically setting up for Abby to run out of the house every time. Like when he still goes on that dinner after Abby's like, I'm gonna go see my friends. And he doesn't say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to stay home because it seems like you're going to run away.
Not believing Vanessa the entire time.
Well, Vanessa really wasn't giving away all the details either. At the end,
yeah,
I think we're kind of on opposite ends when it comes to the ending with him just like being mad at Vanessa.
Yeah,
but I think I would be kind of mad too because she did kind of put Abby in danger by not revealing all the information. Not mentioning her creepy eyebrowed brother.
Hi.
That seems like pretty important information.
But also, like, I can understand her trying to turn a new leaf. Because, like, genuinely, her entire story arc is her trying to, like, get away from her family.
Yeah, and but her family they're like actually murderers and they're dangerous.
Fair. Let me kind of point out some things. Vanessa has very clear good intentions. Yeah. But she can't escape what she has done and who she is. Because, yes, she has been a part of the murders. We can't deny that.
Yeah, she let Charlotte die.
Yeah, and so
that's trauma that we should have unpacked more, but we really didn't, and that's
disappointing. We really just turned on a TV and then said, I'm not your daughter. I'm not like you. Even though, like, very clearly you are a part. I want to see more of her being maybe haunted by if they were like manifestations of her own guilt, like children she watched die.
Yeah, she should have stopped Charlotte. Like she could have gone in there, but she was too scared of her father. That could have been like a lot of guilt that built up over the years.
She has the toys of the dead kids. Like she has, like we saw the plane. She puts those out for a reason. She has them for a reason, but we didn't expand on that, which I think took away from Vanessa's character.
I love the introduction of the brother though.
Ooh.
As soon as I saw those crazy ass eyebrows, I was like, oh, this guy looks like Matthew Lillard.
Oh,
this is gotta be weirdo. I know who you are. This the purple one. This that purple bitch. I know you. I've seen some lore videos.
The brother, I'm a little confused by like how he can control the animatronics because that also wasn't.
Oh, all of that was so confusing.
Yeah, I was like, even I'm a little lost.
Like, is it Charlotte or is it him? Are they working together? They didn't really seem like they wanted to work together.
Yeah, and then like Charlotte was gone for his entire introduction.
Yeah,
like his entire villain scene, which made it like kind of worse. I almost wish that there was like where they had to like keep the music box winding while like Michael is talking.
Yes.
And then she's just like in the corner, just like
the whole ending was bad. I'm gonna have to say it was purely just to set up for more.
I know.
But first of all, why didn't they keep the music box playing? Why the fuck did you close it, bro? Come on now. What was that? And then just letting them all go. They didn't try to get the marionette and like put her somewhere that she's not gonna kill people anymore. They didn't try to capture the brother. What?
They just like knock him out and then leave him.
They just let him go. And they're like, all right, let's walk into the sunset. Bye, Vanessa. Hopefully nothing scary's in that house that's going to attack you. It's kind of a bad ending, but it was still fun.
It was still.
They're setting up for more.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I just, like, for what FNAF is and the extent of the lore, because I know they can write a good story. And that's why I'm almost a little sad that they focused. I think they tried to do too much. Like, they tried to do gameplay, they tried to do lore, they tried to make it PG while trying to make it scary. I think them doing all of that instead of focusing on like the story itself really took away from it.
Yeah.
And like, I can't blame them. They only have a certain amount of time and a certain amount of resources.
And a certain amount of time that it's relevant. They're really trying to capitalize. And they're like, we got to get this movie out.
I know.
This was just a second movie. You know, the third one's going to come back in and be amazing, right?
Yeah, I'm sad about Mangle because Mangle is like so scary, you know? I wish we would have gotten like vent scenes and like I wouldn't have minded the like Josh in the hall and stuff like that, like being in there trying to like do the computer stuff, like the tracking stuff, but I almost wish there was more stakes. So what if the father, let's make like an alternate storyline real quick. If they would have had the father and then maybe he gets injured and we're like, oh no, you know, like, oh no. And then in the final scene, he dies. Like that would have, I think.
He dies in Matthew Lillard's arms. It's sad that they didn't interact. I'm still upset about it.
Yeah.
They weren't even in the same scenes.
Yeah.
But I guess it's because Matthew Lillard's character's kind of dead.
Yeah. The animatronics were really good. Some scenes were a little weird, but the marionette room was so cool. The gears, the cranks, it was all really cool. In the original game, I don't remember there being like a stage for marionette. And I don't remember that. So I really want to take a look now that I've watched the movie and see the differences in like the game and the setting of the movie. The scene in the FNAF 1 location and the FNAF 2 location are so delicious looking.
Delicious.
Yes. Yummy.
Yeah, check out SAF if you ever want to watch these games get played with just an insane amount of lore dump. Like that's mostly how I learned it, is just watching SAF play.
I also scream a lot, so.
Yeah, exactly. So go check out Riven Makoto. Great streams, lots of FNAF lore.
I'm probably going to be, I kind of want to like play through all the games
you're
again.
Going to, absolutely.
Like after this, I want to like replay everything, revisit the lore, because it's been like probably a year, maybe more since I've visited the lore. And a lot has changed with, I know, like Secret of the Mimic and all that. True. I knew from like a really long while ago that Circus Baby was way older of an animatronic. And I knew she had to do something with like luring in children. But that's really that's all I know. And so I need to catch up. And then maybe the FNAF 2 movie will make a little more sense for me.
All right. Well, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
We liked it for the most part. I think a lot of these critics just don't understand the lore and it's embarrassing and they should shut the fuck up.
They need to add more Mangle because Mangle's really cool. Because Mangle only got like 2 scenes and it was Mangle just being destroyed.
More Josh doing things important, more Mangle. That's all we request. Thank you so much for coming to our TED Talk.
Otherwise, the scaries were good.